Hello, everyone, and welcome to the live chat with the Spoonies and the Unchargeables. I'm Winslow Dixon, and I'm going to be on here for 30 minutes just to discuss some things with the community. Our topic this afternoon is body acceptance in chronic illness. So I know that a lot of you guys have posted in the community about your struggles with weight due to your chronic illness. And I'm here to tell you that I have personally fought that battle, and you're not alone in that. So that's what our topic is going to be this evening. So I just want to start out by telling you a little bit about my story. Again, my name is Winslow Dixon. I'm one of the admins here on the Unchargeables and Spoonies for Life. I have two chronic illnesses. I have Addison's disease, which is total endocrine failure. It's adrenal failure. And I also have a congenital disorder, which means I've had it since birth, called medullary sponge kidney. And both of these diseases have definitely affected my weight. Prior to my diagnosis of Addison's, I got very, very underweight. I got to 84 pounds, and I'm 5'4", so that was very, very small for my frame, and I struggled very much with weight with that. Fast forward 2 years, I have been on steroids, and that's the treatment for Addison's disease. That's the only treatment is steroids. Well, any of you who have been on steroids will know that they cause weight gain. So I went from being frail, little tiny Winslow to all of a sudden my weight is climbing and climbing and climbing, and I don't know why. So I'm here to tell you that you're not alone. I have been on both sides of the spectrum, and so we fully understand. So this afternoon we're going to talk about some different things. Let me grab my notebook. So that's a little bit about my background of being overweight and underweight, and I know that a lot of us have been there, especially when there's medications and stuff that can cause you to lose and gain weight. So first of all, just understand that you are absolutely not alone in that, and there is no shame in saying that you struggle with weight. I just had a comment about prednisone even at a small dose. Yes. Prednisone, I call them the devil's Tic Tacs because they can be absolutely horrible. I'm on hydrocortisone, which is the bioidentical steroid, and it has been a nightmare for my weight. So the first thing that I'm going to say regarding weight is sometimes it can't be controlled, but it's always good to assess what you're doing. So when you're starting to struggle with your weight, assess, okay, have I added any new medications? Am I eating differently? What's my activity level? You always want to do what's best for your body, and even though you can do all the right things, you can still be overweight, and I've faced that. But certainly you can do some things to try to curtail the bad side effects. With the steroids, with me, I make the joke that I work very, very hard to be this fat, which is true. I am gluten-free. I have been for about almost 10 years now, so I've been gluten-free a long time. And I don't eat any sugar or anything like that, and I only drink water. So that's something that I try to do just to manage my weight, because I definitely wouldn't want to know what it would be if I just ate whatever I wanted. So definitely, if you do have some weight issues, assess your life. I preach this to every webinar that I do. Keep a food journal. Keep a journal of your health. Keep a journal of what you're eating, what you're doing, your activity level. That way you can say, hey, this week I lost a pound. What did I do? Oh, I didn't eat cheese. Oh, I stopped having the ice cream after dinner. Do something like that. That way you can say, okay, this affects my weight. This doesn't. That being said, with some medications, there are going to be side effects, of course. So you kind of assess that. Is there a medication maybe we can go down on the milligrams on? I am on, like I said, hydrocortisone. So it's, when I was on too high of a dose, it made me have some side effects. It made me have these lovely scars called stray. And that's just what happens when you have too much cortisol. I was over replaced. And I had to assess that and go, okay, my weight went up. Why? So definitely keep a health log and keep in contact with your doctor for sure. If there's something that maybe they can tweak and say, okay, well, this medication we can go down on the milligrams on, or maybe we can replace it with something that doesn't have as many side effects. Definitely, you are in control of your health and you are in control of your weight to an extent. Now, I know there are some things that you can do as much activity as possible and eat as strict as possible and still be overweight. Let me tell you, I'm there. I've been there. But that doesn't mean that you just give up. You can still try to be healthy, but sometimes you just have to accept things. So that's another thing that I want to talk about is acceptance. You have a chronic illness. If you're on this site, I'm sure, whether you've been diagnosed or not, there's something going on with you that, isn't perfect or, something like that. With me, I have medullary sponge kidney. I have Addison's disease. Those are my two demons that I battle. With that, I kind of have to accept that, yeah, I'm going to be on steroids and they're going to have side effects. I'm not going to be the skinny little size 8 Winslow that I was in high school. That's not me. That's not the case. You have to really do acceptance. You have to really look at yourself and say, this is me now. And if you guys are anything like me at all, you can say that you've definitely grown and changed through your illness. And there have been some positive things that have come through it. With my illness, yes, I've gained weight. Yes, I make the joke that I'm a manatee because I live in Florida and I only eat lettuce and I'm still fat. But you know what? That's who I am. That's me. Who you are is not the weight on the scale. It's not your career. It's not, all the accolades that you have behind your name. Who you are is your character, how you treat people, what you do. It's not your career. It's not your weight. It's not your looks. Because let me tell you, the ugliest thing I have ever seen in this world is a human without compassion. That is ugly. That is ugly as sin itself. Just ugly, ugly, ugly. Don't ever let yourself look in the mirror and just hate yourself for who you are. Because let me tell you, I was there. I would look at myself and all these scars and all this weight and I would just cry. Because I would go, you know what, this wasn't me. I eat strict. There's no way this is me. How can this be me? And then I had to look at myself in the mirror and say, this is me and this is who I am and I accept you. I accept her. My name is Winslow Elizabeth Dixon. Yeah, I'm not a size 8 anymore. Yeah, I don't run the nursing home like I used to. But I am still on this earth for a reason and you are too. So don't let your weight or anything like that let you distract yourself from life. Don't like I live in Florida. And there were some points where I wouldn't even go to the beach because I didn't want to be seen in a bathing suit. And I would see all these people enjoying themselves and having fun. And I was limiting myself because I was self-conscious. But you know what? Let me tell you a little secret that I wish I would have figured out. Everybody is just as self-conscious as you are. When you go into a crowd of people, they're not looking at you. They're looking at themselves and they're thinking, oh, does this dress look right? Do these shoes work? Do I look fat here? Did I wear enough Spanx? And let me tell you, them Spanx are tight and awful. Ugh. But anyways, people are not... and they're not as judgmental as you would think. And I have found that for every one nasty person, there are 10 more wonderful people that understand. And if you run into one of those nasty people, that's an ugly person. Whether they look pretty or not, that's an ugly person. Ugly is how you treat people. Ugly is a heart thing. It's not a physical thing. Ugly is a human without compassion. That's the only way ugly exists. Because we were all made, whether you're religious or not, we were all made differently. We're all different. And there's no shame in that. I know I sound like a little kid going, yeah, there's no shame, we're all different. But it's true. It's true. And you don't have to look in the mirror and say, oh, I hate her. Because you're beautiful. You're beautiful in your own way. And the trick to body acceptance is just repeating that over and over and over again. You don't let yourself sit there and say negative things. If you wouldn't say it to your best friend, don't say it to yourself. You have to become your own friend. You have to accept yourself. So no matter what the weight on the scale is, I'm going to tell you guys a secret. I am not happy with my weight right now. And I get frustrated because I sit there and go, wow, I'm double digits. And sometimes the double digits don't even zip. And I sit there and go, ugh, there's nothing I can do. But you know what? Starving myself isn't going to make me feel better. Starving myself is going to make me sicker, and then I'm going to be stuck in my bed, and I'm going to, we go through enough with chronic illness. We go through enough with our pain and our symptoms and our limitations and the judgments from other people and our disabilities. We go through enough. Don't put yourself through more by hating who you are. And I want to challenge everybody that's on this site that's watching this. When you wake up in the morning, do some affirmations to yourself. Tell yourself what's beautiful about you. There are beautiful things about you physically, emotionally. Those are the things that you need to resound in your head. I'm serious. If you wouldn't say it to your best friend, don't say it to yourself. Because I used to be the worst critic. I used to say, oh, look at me. I would cry when I took a bath because I would just look down and go, how is this me? How am I in this body? How did this happen? I don't even so much as eat bread. And then I would have to go, you know what, Winslow? This is you. And you have conquered so much. You have been through surgeries and hospitalizations and being bedridden and physical therapy and all that. Every scar that you have is a medal for a battle that you won. Every scar that you have, everything, every infirmity, everything that you don't like about yourself is a medal and a trophy of something that tried to kill you and wasn't successful. My scars show me that I was stronger than whatever in the heck tried to kill me. So I will wear them proudly. And you know what? I do have some nasty people that say, oh, what is that? What happened to you? But you know what? They haven't been there. They didn't see the days where I had to literally pull myself out of bed to feed myself. They didn't see me fighting through physical therapy. They didn't see me fighting to put a pair of pants on, to hold a spoon. They didn't see those days. So you in your heart know exactly the battle that you've won, and you know how strong you are. So that's what I want you guys to hold on to. I don't want you to hold on to how much you wish things could be, because that will drive you insane. I can't sit there and go, you know what, I was a size 8 and I was in medical school and I was Miss Thang. You know what? There were some things about me that I didn't like then, and there's some things about me that I don't like now. But the difference is I can look myself in the mirror and be proud, and you should too. You definitely should too. I have a comment here about having RA. Yes, our illnesses give us physical problems. They do. And people don't understand that. Healthy people don't understand that, but you do. And you're right, being thankful for this body. Thank you for that comment. I am so thankful that I can do more things now. There was a day where I couldn't put a pair of pants on by myself. And yeah, I'm a little overweight. And yeah, you know, things are changing and things are different. But at the end of the day, I faced every battle and I won. And you guys do too. You guys wake up every day with your illnesses. You guys wake up every day in the body that you have, and you get up and you fight. You put your armor on and you fight. And that's what we need to do. Accept yourself for who you are. Not for what you're not for what you wish you could be, for who you are. Because a number on a scale, what does that mean? What does that mean? Accolades behind your name. What does that mean? You know what matters in this life is who you love, how you treat people. That's what matters. None of this, oh, I wish I was this, I wish I was that. I wish I was a size 8 again. You know, I used to turn heads and all that. But you know what? That's not what matters in life. What matters is how you impact somebody else. Did you help somebody else today? Did you say something nice? Were you nice to yourself? I mean, that's what matters. And that's another thing I wanted to talk about is, you know, listening to the right voices. If there's somebody in your life that's condemning you for your weight, they don't fight the same battle as you. Get away from that. If there is negativity, get away from it. You have to for your own mental sanity. You literally have to save your own life. If there's somebody that's speaking negative to you, that's in your life, that doesn't understand, that is criticizing you, you need to get away from that. You absolutely need to get away from that, because you don't deserve that. You battle enough. You have a chronic illness. Get away from that. Get far, far, far away from that. And if that's you in your own mind, please replace every negative thought you have with 2 positive ones. Like, I'll give you an example that I do. I hate my weight. I hate some of the scars that I have. So if I sit here and say, oh, you know what, Winslow, you're so fat, you're so ugly, you don't do this, that, and the other, you need to do sit-ups. No. I need to say, you know what, Winslow, you're still alive. You're still walking around. You still have air in your lungs. You still can sing and write and do, whatever that you try to do. Might not be easy, might not be simple, but I can still do those things. And you have those things too. You have things about you that have grown and that have bloomed because of your illness. You are a conqueror. You are an overcomer. And you need to replace those negative thoughts with the positive ones of what you have done and not what you're not. Because I don't want anybody in this community to sit here and just degrade themselves because they've gained weight, or they don't, or they have some deformities, or, like I'll give you an example, some people that have the colostomy bags and catheters and stuff like that, there's some shame in that, and there shouldn't be. Because that's stuff that's keeping you alive. That's stuff that's making you as normal as possible. People with diabetic pumps and people that have to carry medicine. And don't feel ashamed for that. That's part of you. That's part of your battle. That's your armor. You put your armor on every day. That's how I want you guys to see it. If you have walking devices or canes, or you have to carry your medication, that's your armor. That's your battle armor. That's how you fight. That's how I want you guys to see all these negative things. Because I used to hate having to carry the big purse, because I'd have to carry all this medicine and my injections and all this stuff. And, but that's my battle armor. And I need that. I need that to fight. I need that for my war. And this is a war, guys. We're in a war every day against our health. And people don't understand that. But that's okay. Because we're better than that. We're not going to sit there and judge other people. We're not going to sit there and judge ourselves. We're going to accept. That's a word I want us to work on and to remember, is just accepting who we are. Not what we're not what we wish we could be, but accepting who we are. You are not the number on the scale. You are not the size dress. You are not the size shoe. You are not the career that you have or have had to leave behind. That's not you. Who you are is how your character is. Who you are is how you treat people. Who you are is how you look yourself in the mirror. And I want all of you to really work on positivity. Be your own friend. There is nothing wrong with saying, I'm beautiful, I'm smart, I'm kind. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, I'm not saying go around and be queen bee and expect people to serve you and all that. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that there are beautiful things about you. And there are things, that you can accept about yourself. I don't know anybody that's 100% happy with how they look, with how their life is. I don't know anybody that's 100%. But you have to accept and be happy with the little things that you are and that you can do. I wouldn't even let myself buy clothes because I was like, no, I can't stay this weight. And you know what? Buy the clothes. Buy the shoes. I'm addicted to shoes, y'all. I'm not even going to lie. And you know what? I went and bought shoes and I felt prettier. I felt better. And I was punishing myself for being so fat. And it's like, why? Don't pause your life until you're a size. Don't pause your life until. Live now. Live now. Accept to where you are now. Because that's the only thing guaranteed in this life, is this moment. This very moment is the only thing that you can really hold on to, is right now. So don't waste your time sitting there hating yourself. So what if you're overweight? So what if you're underweight? Are you doing your best? Are you eating your best? Are you doing your best with your medications? Are you doing the best with your activity level? If you are, then you're doing your best. And look yourself in the mirror and say, I'm proud of you. Despite of what your weight is, despite of what your size is, I'm proud of you. That is what it's going to take to accept yourself, guys. Body acceptance. There's no shame in knowing that you are who you are, despite of a size on a scale or a size of pants. There's nothing wrong with that. So that's our topic for this evening. I hope that everybody, got something from this. I'm Winslow E. Dixon, so you can find me. My links are going to be on the video here, winslowedixon.wordpress.com. But really, guys, be your own friend. And if you ever need anybody to talk to, I'm here. The admins are here. So wishing you all hope and healing. Good night.